I am waiting for some of my friends to come in. Thank you for joining me again this week for Political Talk with Charlotte. Our show airs every Thursday at noon, and I am your host, Charlotte Bergman. So we'll be right back, and hopefully more of my friends will be able to join us. We are back now. How are you? I hope you're having a great week. This has been a very interesting week for me, and I'm going to share some of my adventures, some of the things that have happened this week. But before I do that, if you want to reach me, you have a question about something, email me at charlotte@charlottebergman.com. Facebook me at Elect Bergman or at charlotte.bergman.9. 9 for the 9th district. I didn't plan that. Facebook did. I'm Bitchute. Catch me at Political Talk with Charlotte or on Twitter at Elect Bergman, YouTube at Bergman for Congress, Twitch at Charlotte Bergman, and Rumble at Charlotte Bergman. If you're new to this channel, leave a comment and or subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a show. Especially those of you that are viewing the show from YouTube and Rumble. Help us grow to reach so many. I want you all to know how much I do not take you for granted. I do appreciate you spending your lunch hour with me on Thursdays. I do appreciate that, and I love you for it. Please come in and share my videos because I need you to do that. And don't forget, if you haven't read my book, The Last Trumpet in the Battle for America, it is still available online. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. It's out there. Okay. Cindy, Noni, you guys are terrific. Thank you for joining me this week. I am thirsty. All right. Real ID. Let's start with that. How many of you have already gotten your real ID? That's going to be necessary in order to travel, to go into federal buildings, to actually identify yourself as a real American. I just want to say, this has been really, really difficult for me. I actually have gone 2 times now to try to get my real ID. I think May 11th or so, sometime in May of 2025, you're going to, May 7th, you're going to need that real ID, especially if you travel. Okay, here's my, oh, Noni, you have. Good for you. Okay, I've been married twice. I went to the DMV to get my real ID, and they told me I didn't have the right copy of my birth certificate. So I had to go and get a copy of my birth certificate. That was not easy because somewhere along the line, there was a mix-up in terms of my name. My family name is Joanne, but my professional name, the name I found was me when I started kindergarten was Charlotte. At that time, it was, okay, it was Spiller. That's my maiden name. And it was just really interesting. Yesterday, I went to get a copy of my marriage license because as females, you gotta have a copy of your marriage license. And I looked at my marriage license because it's been so long ago and I couldn't even remember the date that we got married. But it was amazing to go to get a copy to the clerk's office to get a copy of my marriage license and to see that my dad name was on the marriage license. He actually performed the wedding. Ah, it's a good memory. You don't appreciate those things when you're younger, but my dad has transitioned from this earth. And so to see that he actually had done that for me, it just means an awful lot. So anyway, I go there. I was not able to get my real ID yet, but I will because I'm a persistent person. Anybody that knows me knows that I am persistent and I will get my way. But thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate you guys today. Dealing with the government is really, really weird and it's frustrating sometimes. I have a quick question to ask, and if you would comment, let me know. What do you think about these activist judges? You know, do you think they're stupid? You think they're vengeful? Or you think they want to be president? Please post your comments. I'm curious because I really think that this is a part of a larger effort to just slow Trump down so that he cannot make America great. And when I think about um, slowing Trump down to make America great, I'm remembering something I just read. Check this out, guys, because I'm going to talk about Doge today. And many of you hardworking Americans are going to get a stimulus check. You're going to get a stimulus check. But there is a headline from MSN. I mean, fake news is just going to be what it is. It's fake news. And they want you to read their articles. So the headline for this fake news is Doge stimulus check update. Colon. Millions will not qualify. Millions will not qualify. So you have to ask yourself when you read that, am I one of those millions that won't qualify? So you read further. Most people, especially on TikTok or many of these social media sites, they read the headline and they don't read the article. Okay. The mastermind behind the proposal to issue Doge dividend checks to Americans has confirmed to Newsweek that millions of tax-paying immigrants without legal status will not be eligible for the payment. Many people will probably look at that headline and go and think, I didn't trust him in the first place. But if they read further, illegal immigrants are never going to get a Doge dividend. They did not come to this country illegally. They do not pay into the system the way U.S. citizens do. And many of the people that are fighting to keep many illegal immigrants, many, I'm looking at what Cindy has to say. Cindy says they are acting criminally. Impeach the activist judges. Okay, yes. But, we have a problem with our Supreme Court. And I posted on Twitter this week, I think it's time to rotate the Chief Justice. What do you think? Do you trust the Chief Justice Roberts? Do you? I don't. I don't at all. So anyway, let's get back to Doge. Many of you already know this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. How could anyone be mad about Doge cutting wasteful spending? And as I look at live stream media posts, with their posts, they're not live stream. As I look at media posts, I'm intrigued by the fact that people that most people assume would be supportive of people like Jasmine Crockett or many of the other crazies that are out there. Many people that I never suspected understands what's going on and understands that what Doge is doing is going to help us in the long run to make America great again. US tax dollars were going to spend, they were going to be spent on many of the following items. This is just a good reminder so that when we look at the media who is denigrating Elon Musk, who is not happy with President Trump, who asked the question, nah, 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 nah. I think you probably are not happy that you voted for him, are you? He's doing exactly what I voted for him to do. So anyway, many of these taxpayer dollars, US taxpayer dollars, have been canceled. That was meant to be spent under Joe Biden. They've been canceled. $10 million for Mozambique voluntary male circumcision. Circumcision. 9.7 million for UC Berkeley to develop a cohort of Cambodian youth with enterprise-driven skills. 2.5 million for strengthening independent voices in Cambodia. You know, guys, I drive around Memphis so much. I see so many veterans that are out begging. Yet that administration that you, the American people, got rid of, they chose to spend the money that could have gone to American people on other countries. 32 million to the Prague Civil Society Center. 40 million for Gender Equality and Women Empowerment Hub. 14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. 486 million to the Consortium for Elections and Political Process Strengthening, including 22 million for inclusive and participatory political process in, not the United States, guys, in Moldova, and 21 million for voter turnout in India. 29 million to strengthen political landscape in Bangladesh. 20 million for fiscal federalism in Nepal. 19 million for biodiversity conservation in Nepal. They must have some pretty good people that are in contact with the right people to get all of that money sent to those various countries. I'm glad it's stopping, and I'm looking forward to a dividend. I hope you are too. More. Here's what the reason for my post is this. Stupid people. We've got stupid people out there. I mean, stupid people who do not understand that what is happening in this country is meant to make this country great and to provide you with a dividend and provide a situation whereby you will be able to live better. Democrats now are having a mental health problem. They're having a mental health problem in the United States. Democrats are having a mental health breakdown in the United States. They lost bigly in the popular vote, and instead of asking themselves why, they began doing this. They're supporting boys and girls sports. They're allowing child abuse, mutilation surgeries. They're being pro-censorship. Many of these things I'm listing, you are affected by them. They're silencing doctors and firing frontline workers for refusing the experimental jab. We have not forgotten that. We have not forgotten that doctors and people on the front line were fired. Democrats are calling parents at school board meetings terrorists. Democrats are upset because the United States sent terrorists out of this country. I mean, they're going crazy, guys. Democrats are having pornography books in grammar schools, the open border, and flying in Haitians in the middle of the night. They're not outraged when Americans get killed or raped by illegals. They aren't. That's why they didn't stand up and applaud during President Trump's speech. They're supporting and they want to support endless wars. Putin has said, okay, I'm ready to negotiate and not continue with the endless wars, but there are some things that I want on the table, and I want to keep the land that we conquered. And Zelensky, Ukraine, is saying, I'm not ready to end this war. I want to keep it going because, let's face it, guys, Ukraine is the most corrupt country in this world. And the politicians have a lot to cover up from Ukraine. Democrats are arresting their political opponents, and now the Democrats support government waste and resort to violence against anyone, namely Elon Musk, namely setting fire to his vehicles. And this is not random, them setting fire to his vehicles. They have a systematic method of doing this. They have a map. They have names of people who have purchased those cars, and they've got their cronies going out, burning the cars, keying the cars up. They're going crazy. Stupid people are going crazy. They've been flushing down the toilet millions and millions of dollars. And the reason they're doing this is not necessarily because they're crazy, but their money is drying up. I say this. Let's start arresting domestic terrorists. Let's start arresting them. Oh, what is this? Okay, thank you. Chris, how are you? Check your message, Noni. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining me. The next thing I want to talk about is this. I'm going to show you guys this picture. I wasn't going to show you guys this picture at first, but I'm going to show you guys this picture. If I can bring it up. Okay, maybe I can't bring it up. This is a picture of why the Democrats are broken. This is this is guys, there is only one man who has broken the Democrats. Only one man. And I'm not getting my screen to work correctly. Why? That one man was arrested in Georgia. And he is, okay, I see now. That one man was arrested in Georgia, and he's not playing. Donald J. Trump broke the Democrats, and that's why they're fighting back. Democrats are in disarray. They have no leadership, no comprehensive message, no direction, and their lowest approval rating in the party's history is going on now. And that, like I said, I see a lot of minorities, a lot of people who was in the 90 percentile of supporting Democrats, they're not there anymore. And it has been a good week because Donald J. Trump has broken the Democrats. It's been a good week for America. Gas prices are plummeting, eggs are cheaper, and our streets are safer. But the biggest win splashed down in the Gulf of America because Elon Musk rescued the astronauts that were on the space station since 9 months ago. Elon Musk brought home astronauts that Joe Biden left stranded in space. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Democrats still hate Donald J. Trump and they still hate Elon Musk. But that's okay. I don't care. And Tampon Tim Walz is rooting for a Tesla stock crash. And Jimmy Kimball, he's such a hypocrite. You knew what he was saying. He was basically saying, wink, wink, don't blow up Tesla vehicles. Trump's fried the Democrats' brains. They're now the pro-violence, pro-fraud, anti-electric car party. They're fighting to keep migrants and rapists in our country, and they're praying for a stock market crash. But Elon Musk and President Trump are going to come out on top, and we're going to have a skinnier government and a prosperous country for all, even them, even the stupid people. Noni, you are right. Even for the stupid people. I want to play for you this beautiful song. And I want to know what you think about it. Okay. Listen to this song and give me your opinion about it.
Well, I turned on the news, Lord, what did I see? A bureaucrat laughing on live TV said, that ain't it great? We're helping folks out, then spent 30 grand on a drag queen shout. $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there. They take your cash, but they don't care. Tax my job, tax my land, and send it off to a foreign hand. They bought electric cars for Vietnam, but won't fix roads in Birmingham. $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there, but not a dime left to spare. Now USA IDs out in Peru, buying comic books for a liberal crew. And in Guatemala, what they do, funded sex changes with your revenue. 20 million for a puppet show. What the hell, where'd my money go? Prisons eat for free all day, little kids still gotta pay. $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there, they call that government care. EPA's got money to burn, but gas is high and groceries hurt. Slush fund cash just flowing free, but I can't pay for my AC. $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there, but not a dime left to spare. Now tell me, friend, why's my tax money paying for a transgender comic book in Peru, while my granddaddy, a Vietnam vet, has to beg for his insulin at the VA? Go ahead, I'll wait. $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there, they call that government care. They tax my truck, they tax my land, then send the cash to a foreign hand. They fund the woke, they push the lies, while real folks struggle to survive. $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there, and not a dime left to spare. Before we fix the world, let's help our own. Take care of our people, don't leave them alone.
All righty there. I couldn't have said it better. I wasted all of this time saying that, but you get the gist of what's going on. We got to get rid of these stupid people. We got to get these stupid people to understand that things have got to get better, and they got to stop resisting, and just sit back and enjoy the ride as we make our country great again. The last thing I want to show you guys is this. There is a new poll that came out today. This poll is very, very interesting. I think it's interesting. I don't know about you, but I think it's interesting because this is an NBC poll. And they wanted to know what were the people's opinion of President Trump. Now, this NBC poll polled white men with no degree. 41% of them like what President Trump is doing. White men with a college degree, and only 1% that like what he's doing. White women with no degree, they are up 14% that like President Trump. But you know who the real culprits are? And please, my Caucasian friends out there, I know none of you are in this survey, because I know how many of you think you're smart, you're not stupid. White women with college degrees, their opinion of President Trump is negative 38. So there we go. Cindy says it would be easier for everyone to understand if lies were illegal. You did not go there. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great week. Yes, they've been brainwashed by the media. But I'm also finding out, and you guys do your own research, especially in the Memphis area, not only are they brainwashed by the media, many people in my community are brainwashed by their pastor. Nona, you do not fit the norm, okay? You got some smarts up there. Guys, I love you guys, and I thank you all for joining me this week. And I just pray that you guys have a truly blessed week. Oh, before I end, I want to mention President Trump has signed the executive order to close the Department of Education. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. Each state now, they're going to take this huge group of people in Washington, D.C., who has been controlling all of the state's education systems. And they're going to reduce the size of the federal government's education department, and they're going to allow each state to have control over their education. And that is so good. That is so good, because many times, many of the states would actually want to have control over their own communities. But because the federal government was in control of things, they would put red pills. They would cause the local schools and states to accept issues and values and belief that they did not support in order to get the money. So what President Trump is doing with Columbia University, that is nothing new. Democrats did it in order to get the schools to accept the DEI, to accept the woke agenda. They said, if you don't accept this, we are not going to give you the money. So each state must manage their own state's education system without federal interference. I'm happy that the Department of Education is being closed. And I'm happy about the return of education to the states. And more importantly, it is embarrassing. Our people are doing worse than even some small countries. China is eating our lunch in terms of educating their children. I say return education to the states. Over $3 trillion have been spent on a failing DOE producing illiterate American children. And I have been in the local school system, and I have seen where when you go into the school system, you see that there is a principal, and then you see 4 or 5 assistant principals. They're all getting paid, pushing papers, but the learning is not going to the students. Noni says she majored in math. No wonder she's so smart. Yeah, yes. Read the founding documents. And that's what many of those liberal educated females didn't get. They did not get the education. They do not understand about our founding documents. And those documents are keeping this country great and keeping us free. Guys, I love you. Thank you for joining me this week. I look forward to joining you guys next Thursday, same time, same station, same social media pages. You guys take care. Stay out of trouble. Please pray for our city. I believe so many things are turning around, but I believe ultimately there's going to be a revival even in Memphis, Tennessee. So pray with me about that. And next Thursday, not today, next Thursday, join us at the Whitehaven Republican Club so that you could hear Judge Deborah Henderson. Deborah Henderson means she's not mean. She's a wonderful person. That's her maiden name, means. I knew her mother. But Judge Deborah Henderson. Let's hear from our judges and let's give them support. Cindy, thank you. Please pray. All of you. I love you all. I thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day because I plan to. Bye.